episode number 3 of the Just Saying Pod. Today is, I never know the date because I don't work for anybody, I work for myself. Today is Monday, September 16th. And the topic today on the Just Saying Pod is emotions.
Hey, wait a second. Fuck all that, man. It's DeMarco02, man. Subscribe to the Just Saying Pod and also subscribe to my channel with DeMarco02. Alright, now go ahead.
I feel it. I'm Kyle. This is the first episode y'all seen. Like I said, today's topic is emotions, and I'm going to read the definition off of emotions. It says, an effective state of consciousness in which joy, sorrow, fear, hate, or the like is experienced and distinguished from cognitive and volitional state of consciousness. The short definition, any of the feelings of joy, sorrow, fear, or hate, or love. Okay, and me as a man, I don't like to say I go through emotions, but I do. Usually I'm just pretty happy all the time, or I'll get mad, never sad. Not even mad, but just frustrated. But I do go through all of them. And for the longest time in my life, I held them back. Like, man, I ain't supposed to go through stuff. I'm not supposed to be sad. I'm not supposed to be going through confusion. A big problem with me in relationships, I wasn't romantic. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I knew what to do to make a girl happy, but I didn't. That romantic. I thought it was corny. Like, what are some of the things that you went through growing up and not knowing how to express certain emotions?
But yeah, for you to bring that up, let me ask you a question first. Why would you try and hide your emotions? What made you feel like, as a man, that what didn't allow you to give your emotions to that person or to hide it?
I don't know, man. I want to be like, I never seen my mom and my dad be emotional towards each other, but I'm like, that's not it. It was just solely me. I seen people be emotional in front of me. I mean, I knew from the jump when I started paying attention and started understanding things that my mom and my dad wasn't together. But, I have my older brother. He's been basically have a wife since I was born. And I've seen them be emotional plenty of times. I lived with them. I've seen it. I don't know. It was just weird. It was like kind of corny. I felt like in my mind, I thought about it and I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. I'm about to show some love or whatever emotion it is. But then when I come out to do it, I'm like, that's corny. And then I just back away into this little corner.
Okay. And now, what was the question you wanted to ask me?
Yeah, we're going to go through these emotions real quick. We're going to, let me look at it again. I'm just going to say the word and you tell me what you think, or do you express this emotion or whatever. We're going to go to the first one. Like, how do you feel or how do you express joy?
Oh, shit, man. The way I express joy for me is giving back to others because I love the fact that I'm not struggling.
Feel it.
I came from a place where every day was a grind for me. And now that I know that I'm grinding and I'm still grinding, I'm never going to stop. But I'm not in that same place. So my joy is making the other people happy and giving them the satisfaction knowing that somebody cares for them. And don't get it wrong, because I don't give a fuck about them. But at the end of the day, I still care for them because I want them to be successful and I want the best for them.
Right.
And that's the type of joy that I look for that brings me happiness, actually.
Okay. Joy with me, that's very easy. Like you said, I just like making other people happy. Like, I like making myself happy first and foremost, because with me...
Selfish.
Right. You can call it selfish, but with me being happy, people can see it's not hard. And the situations I'm going through, but if I can still, put on a smile and find joy in everything else, like, I would think everybody else that's going through the situation I'm going through can also do the same.
Okay.
Like, basically I just knew two emotions, happy and mad. And I'd rather be happy. So, joyful, I don't know, I just rather be happy, if that makes sense.
I think everybody wants to be happy. So that emotion is an emotion that people... Like, who wants to feel like that? Once you go down to other emotions, we're going to break it down as well. But to me, the goal should be happy. So that joy should be something that we all look for every day.
You would think, like you said, everybody wants to be happy, but it don't work like that. People love being miserable. You know it. And maybe their happiness is out of misery, but that's when you be like, okay, your definition of happiness is probably different than my definition of happiness. You know, I mean, you know how it is, but I mean, the world is different. Everybody can't be right. You know, but with the joy thing, I just much rather do that. It's just it brings up my day to have joy. I'd much rather be that. Now, what about sorrow? How do you feel about that? Like, do you go or have you been through sorrow, or have you ever experienced that emotion?
Now, to some of the listeners, they might not know what sorrow means.
Okay.
I'm one of them, so if you can go ahead and bring out the definition, the exact.
I'm gonna bring up the exact.
Because I don't want. I might be right,
Uh-huh.
but I want to make sure I'm right with sorrow.
Okay. I'll bring up the definition right now.
All right. While he look up the definition, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to y'all about life.
Well, I'm ready, but go ahead.
Okay, then he's ready. So we're not going to talk about life.
All right. Sorrow means distress caused by loss. Simple.
And that's it.
Simple. Mourning, I guess. Yep.
Morning. Okay, so woo. Sorrow. So I was wrong with that definition. I'm glad you brought that shit up.
Okay.
I thought I was like sad or some shit. Like, you know, but I didn't know.
Well, yeah, it's technically sad.
Right, but not because of loss. I didn't know it was that. So sorrow.
I mean, is it just? Let me see. Is it just loss of a human?
Right.
Let me
See,
see.
we learned something new today.
Distress caused by loss, sadness or regret. You was correct. Sadness. I don't think it's just loss of a human. I think it's just it could be, you know, material things. You could have lost something material. Could have lost a game. I mean, I don't know. I don't see nothing saying just somebody died.
Right.
Expression of grief, sadness, disappointment. So it can be anything from.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but if we're wrong, let us know in the comment section. We don't know everything.
Hell no. But yeah, for sorrow, of course. I mean, for loss and life, I think like this. When it comes to life, I know how life is. I know that we all have an expiration date. So,
Okay.
Me to feel lost, I can't change that emotion, and me changing my emotion about it ain't gonna bring that motherfucker back.
Right.
So I try not to worry about the things that I can't control. So I try not to feel sorrow. I try not to feel sad. I try to make other emotions cover up that feeling. And sometimes you can't help it. You know, when I can't help it, I just go ahead and, you know, I cry sometimes. I was like, shit. Man, I was watching an anime the other day, man. And this shit was sad, bro. Like, and you know, when you laugh at this shit, but I'm going ahead and speaking of, that's the type of shit that make me sad, you know, when anime characters die, because a lot of y'all die, shit, the motherfucker walk right past it.
Right.
But everybody finds different sorrows, because the day ain't promised like tomorrow.
Right.
Just trying to rhyme that shit make no sense. But, yeah, with sorrow, like, my eyes started getting watery, you know? Like, damn, is it really like this?
Mm-hmm.
The homie Natsu Dragonil, his dad died, and he just seen his dad was fighting for him, and they was like, wow. But you know, seeing something is always, it's more sorrow than if somebody just telling you about it. So the emotions came through I was sad for him, knowing that they really did a good job, and it had me kind of like you know what I mean.
Okay.
But other than that, it's like nah, man. But I was happy after it because. So I think sorrow should bring happiness, because as you think about people's memories after they die, you should always smile. Okay. So I think sorrow is another pain that causes happiness, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Now you go ahead and break your shit down.
Right. No, you broke it down, you know, the right way. Sorrow, yeah, I feel it. I more feel it when I lose like somebody lose their life, or if I lose like a friendship or something like that. I feel it, but I don't like being in my feelings at all. Like I said, I'm happy and mad, sometimes sad. But I felt it before. When it comes to death, it's, you know, when you go to a funeral, you mourning and everything, but then at the end it's a celebration. I was always confused like that, like somebody just died. Like, me not being able to deal with my emotions correctly, I've always felt weird going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you remember when our boy passed away, everybody was crying. I mean, we got there, we ain't see each other for a long time, we having a good time, but then we realized our boy died, and then everybody crying, and then after, you know, you take him to the hearse or whatever, now eating and enjoying and celebrating that person's life, I always thought that was weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know my emotions. I didn't understand them. But now that I understand them, I get it. But at the same time, if we're going to a funeral, in my mind, I think we should already celebrate that person's life. Forget all that crying. The person died a couple days before, or whatever it is. I mean, I know how it is for parents and family members is different, but I think we should just go there and just enjoy their life. That's with losing a life. That's a sorrow I'm talking about. But with losing a friend, that was difficult. When you lose a friend that's alive, and you know y'all choose to go y'all different ways, that makes me like. Of course, I want to say they lost. Like whatever, if it's a girlfriend or if it's a homeboy or whatever. Of course, I want to blame them for everything. But then me being the person that I am, I look to see what I did also. You know, and I figure out, could I have done something to make it better? Could that person have done something to make it better? But then I just, you know, came to the realization, like it was just time to go our separate ways. That was difficult for me. Like, you know, I can keep a straight face and act like I ain't tripping, and but you know, inside I'm holding it in because I don't know how to deal with my emotions. But when I really say I'm not, like, if I say I'm over the thing, I'm over it. But you know, when people ask me questions about it, and that's why I don't want to talk about it. I'm dealing with it on the inside, and that was hard. Like when you lose a friend, that's hard for me to. That was the hardest thing I went through. I would say the most. I don't know what the correct way to say it. That was the most sorrow I went through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I understood when somebody passed, they're not coming back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? It's like, they're easy to get. No disrespect to these women out here. But friends, like people that you really call friends, it's kind of tough because you remember, like, they've been through everything with you. And you know, pause when I say this, you ain't giving up nothing in the bed for them. That's what you do when you with a girl. But when you with your homeboys, it's like y'all show a different type of love for each other, and they've been through stuff with you. Like, you been broke, they been broke. You know, y'all been trying to get it together on your own. You know, they seen you get whipped by your mom. If you was friends as a little kid, they seen you piss in the bed. They seen all that extra.
So, I used to piss in the bed all the time. So I was about motherfucking 10, my dumb ass. Bed was always wet. You know, so, when you pee in the bed, bro, that's crazy. Put a towel over that mug and right back in there. Why wet booty ass?
It really did. You crazy, but that's just my thing about sorrow, if that makes sense. Alright, let me go to the next one. Fear. Let me answer this for DeMarco. Hey, check that out. I'm DeMarco02. Follow my page. DeMarco02. Once again, I'm the funniest nigga alive. I'll roast you. You don't want to get cooked. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, anyway, but I'm not scared of nobody. I'm a god. Did I answer that correct?
Man, you was pretty close.
Alright, go ahead and answer, G.
So, fear. I think fear is a state of mind.
Mm.
So, when it comes to fear, why would I be scared when I already know what's going to happen? People are scared of shit that you know. I can't go out there like, man, you know, if I go outside, if I do this, I can die. With no shit. But you still got to go out there and do it. So, being scared about something and fearing it ain't going to stop it from happening no way. So I look at life like, hey, I'm going to live it and I'm going to have as much fun and I'm going to do everything I love to do. And that's why those people that, you know, that don't fear death and don't fear, I'm not scared of, why am I scared of a spider? That motherfucker ain't about to come out here and be like, oh, I want to go get this one. I'm going to walk right past it like it ain't even there. And guess what? It's going to just look like, oh, this motherfucker ain't tripping.
Right.
But y'all over here, y'all fear things. I'm scared of this. I'm scared. Of course, if that thing's on you, you're going to have a different type of reaction. And I'm not telling you, but you just going out there and fearing shit for what? Y'all got to stop being so damn scary. And really realize that fear is just a state of mind.
Right.
And if you look at things like you shouldn't be scared of things, you're going to live life. And I think you're going to have more type of emotions that can be better. And you're not really worried about it. And so that's how I look at fear. I look at fear as something that I had to conquer, And I'm not worried about things because I can't control it anyway. So me being scared ain't gonna fix it. So fuck it. Don't be scared.
Alright.
Subscribe to the channel, DeMarco02. Shit.
Alright. Well, it's my turn. I'll answer for myself. Yeah, fear, man. When I was younger, man, I wasn't scared of nothing. You know what used to make me scared of things, though? When my mom put me in church. When she was talking about
This nigga always bringing up church.
I'm sorry, but God don't go like that. You ain't going to heaven. You ain't. So I used to be fearful of certain things that I used to do, but then, I was still doing my thing. When I was a kid, I was fighting big kids, thinking I could do something, even though, they can whoop me out if they really wanted to. It was nothing. But now I'm not afraid of nothing. Fear doesn't cross my mind. I can say I get nervous, but as soon as I realize this is real, fear never goes across my mind at all. I'm whatever I believe in. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna die for it or whatever. But if it came to that point, yeah. But I guess I'm gonna die for it. That was dumb. But anyway,
damn, young Jeezy.
Right, all right. I'm just saying, but yeah, fear doesn't cross my mind. Fear does come into play about people I care about, though. Because sometimes I'm not a parent yet, but I know once I become a parent, I have to let my children be on their own, and I just be fearful of the mistakes they will make. But I know it's just a mistake. I just hope it's a mistake that's really not going to harm them in a way. That's the only time fear comes to my mind. But fear causes too much. It causes anxiety. Anxiety is a mental health issue now, or whatever. So I got too much. I got too many things to do to be fearful. I mean, even though I'm a god, you know what I'm saying. I'm too much of a god to fear other gods. You know what I'm saying. I don't know if y'all caught that. I'm calling everybody else gods. If y'all don't accept it, don't accept it. But fear, it doesn't do nothing for me. Now, what about hate? Oh, when I was younger, I used to shoot. Hate is something else.
That's so crazy about that. I can speak from the present and I can speak from the past.
Okay.
So from the present, there's no hate in my heart. I don't want to hate. First of all, I don't hate anybody because you're not about to live in my mind. I'm not about to live life looking for something to hate on somebody. So if I don't like you, I just stay away from you. Mm-hmm. And it's as simple as that. But back then, I've had haters. And when I've had haters, I would always look at it like, dude, what you hating on me? If you don't like me, just get the fuck away from me. Somebody told me, and this is a story, man, I don't really want to break shit down, but somebody told me, hey, you know what, DeMarco, I'm just going to be honest with you. I really don't like you. And I said, well, do us both a favor and get the fuck away from me. Like, why do you need to be around me then? There's nothing, I'm not telling you to come and hang around me. You not liking me, that's your problem. But you hated me, that's a bigger issue. And I don't want me being who I am, because I'm not going to change who I am unless I want to change who I am. But I'm not going to change who I am to please you if I'm really comfortable being who I am. So the hate word, that's very strong to me. And I don't look to hate anybody. I have people that, damn, this dude annoying. Damn. And guess what? I do everything I can to stay away from those type of people. Because I just don't want to be in a situation to where I can be like, man, I hate this dude. Mm. So I just stay away from those type of people and to avoid those type of situations because that's how dumb shit happens.
Okay. Speaking from the past,
this nigga hate jacking off.
Yeah, it's boring. Speaking from the past, I can say I thought I hated people, but I'm gonna say I extremely disliked them. But it wasn't because of them as a person; it's what I've heard from family members or friends. And then I grew, got wiser, got smarter, broke from the manipulation, and now I don't hate. I don't have a person that I hate. Especially, I can't think of one right now, but I don't think I hate. But I hate things. I can say that I hate decisions people make. that gets under my skin a lot, especially when you're capable of creating life and then disrespect the whole life you created, you know, or you create a life and whoever you create the life with, the person don't want to be with you. Now you're putting your kid through hell and you're putting that other person through hell, whether it's man or female, male or female, just because they don't want to be with you. Like, you made a decision, you made a choice to have that child, regardless if it was a deadbeat dad or deadbeat mom. You know what I'm saying? So live with it and do the best you can for it. But I just hate the people that don't think everything through. Everybody, I get it. Sometimes it's hard. A lot of times it's hard. But when you make a decision, you just follow along with it or do the best you can for it, even if it's, you know, talking about children, even if you got to give it up for adoption or whatever. But I hate decisions like that when you create life and just totally disrespect it.
I can agree with that. Did you see that story with the white chick that buried her kid in the backyard?
I seen something about it, but then she got off. She didn't go to jail or something like that.
Yeah, but if you didn't want it, like you said, just give it up for adoption.
Why not? But then, see, look, I'm not even gonna say, man, y'all gonna get me on this religion again. You gonna get me on this religion again, so I guess I'll just go to the next one. Love.
You want me to start it off?
Yeah, go ahead. You with love.
I think, yeah, I am in love. I think love is the strongest emotion. And I think that with love, you can do so much with it. And if you love something or if you love someone, and if you can show them that emotion and they can feel it, you will never have to worry about anything else. Because that person knows that you care for them. Love is really big with me. And like my brothers, like, you know, I love them. And this is y'all LBGT shit, all that gay community shit. You know what I mean? There's nothing gay about me loving my brother, but and I show them, like, if they need me, I'm gonna be there for them. My wife, if she needs me, I'm gonna be there. My kids, that love can go further than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So love to me is something that I'm a big believer in, and it's not about just telling somebody you love them.
Mm-hmm.
It's about showing them. So that emotion is big. Don't just tell me that shit, because a motherfucker tell you anything. I tell you Jesus walked on water. Man, ain't never been showed it, but
right.
the emotion with love is they can create so much positivity with just love. So love is, to me, I love it. Like, I love that. So that's how I feel about it.
Hey, I agree with you. Love is, shoot, the most important emotion in the world. Bad thing about it is, it's the most important, like, emotion in the world, because it's hard for some reason in this world to find someone to love you how you want to be loved.
Unconditionally, huh?
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, love can get you in so much trouble. Love can stall out your future, or it could, you know, it can make it better. Like, once again, I have a hard time saying, like, I got better, but saying the love, like, I love you and all that stuff is not necessary, because I show you all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not to a girlfriend, and I get over it, but, you know, I got homeboys that get off the phone and be like, "All right, I love you, Kyle." I be like, "Yeah, shut up with that gay stuff." But they know how I feel about them. Like, you know what I'm saying? My issue is saying the stuff. I don't know why. It's something I'm working on. But everybody that kick with, they see the love. They see what I would do for them. They feel it. You know what I'm saying? And but another bad thing about love is when you're only in a single parent household, and you say, we'll just say it's your mother. A lot of times it's your mother, but your mother's working 2 jobs and she's showing you all the love in the world and she's buying you things. And yeah, you cool and all. And you like, I got the newest toys, I got the Xbox, blah, blah, blah. But your mom ain't never home. So you're searching for love. You don't want that stuff, you want her time. But she's trying to provide a life that she thinks better for you. So in the meantime, you get home, you're on a schedule, you do your homework, she leave dinner in the microwave for you, whatever it is, and then she go to work at 5. And then she don't come home to whenever her shift is over. So that works for about a year, and then you start getting older, and you like, you start doing things, experiencing things on your own because your mom is not there. In some reason, you go out to the street, and the street show you love, and now you become maybe a gangbanger. If not that, maybe you slanging, maybe you robbing and stealing. I don't know. Maybe you getting yourself into situations because you think the streets love you. And that's what gets our young brothers and sisters out here hurt and killed and put in terrible situations or locked up. Like, so depending who's giving you love, it's either going to allow you to move forward and you're going to be truly grateful and just this great person to everyone, no matter race, age, or whatever, gender, or it's going to show you the harsh realities of life. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to join something because you think that's what it's about. And you're going to have a harsh road to live. And then you're going to blame everything else. So that's just how I feel about love. I mean, I don't think there's another one on here. Let me check this out. Nah, that was a 5. Those were 5 emotions. I know there's more emotions we can go through. Do you want to go through any other one?
None that I can think of. That's what we got down. We can go ahead and go with that.
Yeah, I'll go through that.
But y'all can let us know what y'all think about y'all emotions and what emotion is most important, and what do y'all feel and what do y'all go through? Because hearing from y'all, the people, can really help us bring up topics and let us know what y'all want us to talk about.
Just write it down, say what you need to say. I mean,
we will read the comments and we will discuss the comments. We will discuss the topic. This isn't a channel of where we're not going to go out there. We want to interact, and we want you guys to interact with us, honestly, because getting y'all opinions, because we all might not think the same. So hearing from you guys is only going to make us better.
That's right. It's a cool little debate. There's no arguing. And if you're from Las Vegas, if you live in the Las Vegas area, you write a comment down, you want to be on the show, we'll put you on the show. There's nothing. We like discussing with people. There's no hatred here. We just trying to figure out things other than fighting and shooting and killing and all that stuff. We're intelligent individuals. Everyone on this earth, every human is intelligent or has the ability to be intelligent. So we can communicate. Forget all that extra hating and leads us to do dumb things or whatever and take our freedom away, take our life away. We just want to communicate and we speak. And my comment of the day for Kyle's comment, I seen a story about this young black man. I don't know his name, and it was a he say she say story. I think it was like 20 years old, something like that, and the girl was 17, and they claimed that he raped her, and they were both at a bar. They were both underage. It was at a college bar, I think. They were both underage, and the girl said that she was drunk. I think, right? She said she was drunk or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
I think she said she was drunk, so she was stumbling out the bar, and then they went back to his house, and he took advantage of her, and she left or whatever. Then she told the cops, and then his side of the story was she wasn't drunk. They agreed to go into his house, and he said he didn't do nothing, and he left the house in 5 minutes, and then but she said he raped her, and then so they gathered all the evidence. They seen the surveillance from the bar. She wasn't stumbling out the bar, and then they seen the surveillance from his house. I guess they had like a camera in his house. And they was in the house for about 5 minutes, and they wasn't fighting or anything on the way out. And then they did a rape kit. There was no DNA or no semen in her, but then I think he still got charged for rape. I don't know how many years he went away, but he's still getting time.
Do you know what race he is?
Yeah, African American.
What race was she?
She was a Caucasian. I mean, what do you say? American, what they would say? I guess Caucasian American. I don't know. But
so it's not about if he did it or not.
They just wanted to send him away. No justice.
And because there's no proof if they did anything. But guess what? They took the test, and every test came up that he didn't do anything, right? But then when it boils down to it, he's an African American, and the
And young
system.
And he's a college graduate, I believe. I think he's graduating college pretty soon.
Oh, okay. So they don't give a fuck about none of that. They don't really care
Right.
about your situation. They don't care about your family. They don't care about
None of that.
And what we have to do, and it sucks, but it's the truth, and I'm going to tell y'all the truth. What we have to do is we need to stay out of the way and not put ourselves in those type of situations. And like I said, I'm not saying go out there and not be, but get you somebody, and that's why it's so good to have a relationship where you're with your partner. So you don't have to worry about this happening. Because, hey, she's at the bar. So, of course, I think she's old enough. But wait a second, I'm not old enough. But do I got to go out there and check everybody's ID? When I go out there and ask a girl, can I buy her a drink? Is that what I have to do now? And if that's what I have to do to get looked at.
I need to reevaluate myself.
And where do I have to go to get the justice that I deserve? Mm-hmm. I'm not getting it here. And now you're taking away somebody's freedom because of a he said, she said story. And if it was white, and you know what's crazy? And it's not like I don't want to, African Americans, it's not like we did anything wrong. But we don't have to do shit wrong. And that's what's so crazy about it, because I think it was at Stanford when the white dude was caught behind the trash can having sex with the girl, but jail's gonna ruin his life. Let me ask you a fucking question. Jail not gonna ruin my fucking life either? What jail gonna do for me? It's gonna make me a better person?
Right.
But jail ruins lives because it's not rehabilitation. They just putting your ass inside of a cage and they want you to transform into these animals. That way when you get released from that motherfucker, you still trapped in that same cage.
Same mentality. And brothers, we gotta be better, man. Like,
but what did he do?
It's not his fault. I'm just, it's so bad. I don't even like saying this. It's like, we really gotta stay out the way. Or we gotta come together. And I feel like staying out the way is probably the best option right now, because we can't come together right now. That's so sad to say. You know what I'm saying? That's terrible to say. But let's stay out the way, figure some stuff out, and really hold ourselves accountable. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You want to have fun and everything, but us brothers, us African Americans, we keep getting caught up in situations we shouldn't be in. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, another thing was with I forgot his name, Trayvon Martin. He ain't do nothing wrong at all. He ain't do nothing wrong. I'm gonna tell you how backwards. These are my last comments. How backwards the African American community is. He ain't do nothing wrong and got shot by Zimmerman, whatever dude's name is, and all I hear is, in this music and on World Star Hip Hop, online, all this extra, blah, blah, blah. If I'm gonna kill this nigga, blah, 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 this and that. This nigga come to my hood, I'm gonna kill him. And they talking about another African American. Like, why? I don't get it. Is it a color? But then you got this dude, Zimmerman, and I'm not saying somebody should get killed or whatever, but he over here with Trayvon Martin shirts on, and he killed him, laughing about it, and walking around freely. And these same gangsters that's gonna kill a regular Joe just coming into the neighborhood wearing a different color won't even step to this dude to press him. Won't even have him feel any type of wrath. Like, you get what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're saying, and that is what I can say about black people. That's the mistakes that we make. We rather cause harm to each other, and it's not right to cause harm on anybody. But it wasn't right for him to do what he did as well.
Right.
And the thing with me is, to be honest, man, I got jungle fever. What that means is I date outside my race. My wife isn't my race, but the thing with me is the more I talk to people outside my race and they understand me, they actually give me a chance to talk to me. They realize how good black people can be, and they accept me for who I am, just like we should accept everybody. Nobody should be able to be judged just off of appearance. Mm-hmm. But you know what? As a black man, I'm going to have to be honest, and this is why I was just saying podcast. Me and my nephew went into Walmart. We seen this motherfucker walk into Walmart, and he had purple boxers on. Mm-hmm. You know why I know that? Because his fucking pants is all the way off his ass to his fucking knees. And when I see that, I look at us, and I look bad. That shit makes us look so bad. And unfortunately, only with our race and the Hispanic culture, we get judged as everybody. White people get judged as, oh no, he was mentally that guy, something was wrong with him. We get judged as, man, all black people are fucking ghetto. All the Mexicans are fucking cholas, and all the Mexicans are this, and all fucking black people are thugs. Men, just don't trust them. They all fucking rob you. And we get judged as a group. They get judged as an individual. Right. And that's why it sucks for us. Because we have to make sure that we need to be different. And we have to show them that we're all not the same, but they're not willing to give you that opportunity anyway.
No, not as a collective. Just saying. If anything, I'd say African Americans got the I'm gonna say they're the race or ethnic with the most mental illnesses. Not because we were born with, missing something, just because of the things we've been through. It's 2019 and African American babies are still going through things they shouldn't go through. You know what I'm saying? And, you need to stop saying this Caucasian did this. It's just a mental problem. We'll rehabilitate him, but we won't send him to jail and we'll get him together. But then you see, African American steal something and he tells you why. I gotta provide for my family. I can't with the money that I'm not getting, the jobs that I'm not getting, and now I'm just this ghetto creature, gorilla, monster looking thing. And really, it's like I just don't have the resources. It's really a crime to be broke. You know what I'm saying? And then you know how, do you know what that does to your mental to you create a family and you can't provide for them? And you didn't do anything to harm anybody. You took some chips or whatever you took, and then you get charged all this other stuff. I mean, I can go on this topic all day long, but that was just my comments. And with the story, with the he say, she say, I'm gonna look more into it. That was on my mind, and if I got that wrong, I'm gonna look more into it later today. And if I got that wrong, I'll come back on camera and say I apologize. But from the things that I've seen, I just had to express it because it was on my mind.
Alright, also subscribe to the jussayin pod and subscribe to the DeMarco02 channel. This is jussayin episode 3.
Yeah, this is episode 3. Next week we will have our boy Chase back. He's coming back from a lovely vacation because he got it like that. And we're gonna have a different perspective and point of view from someone else. And if you want to